Hi, this is Dakarazo. You have here a GMAT data sufficiency question dealing with a circle. Let's read the question. In the coordinate plane, point TS lies on a circle at the origin. What is the value of root of t squared plus s squared? Number one, the circle has a radius 3. Statement number 2, the point root 5 negative 2 lies on the circle. Okay, I hope you understand here that the point TS means that T is the x coordinate of the point and S is a y coordinate. Okay? Before we attack the question, I need to remind you of the equation of a circle, how it looks like. Okay? Then actually we'll be able to solve this question pretty easily. I must also tell you that we're going to be solving this question graphically. In this recording, I will solve the question using algebra. Okay, algebraically. Great. Let's go ahead. So, if you have a circle, I would say that the equation of a circle, any circle, centered, we center at the point, let's call it AB. Now it means that A is a x coordinate of the point, B is a y coordinate, and when I talk about this whole equation of a circle, we are dealing with a coordinate system, okay? We're talking about the rectangular coordinate system. That's why I talk about points and so on. So the equation is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equal r squared. Obviously, I need to tell you what x is and y and also what r is. X, y is a point on the circle, is any point. So an arbitrary point on the circle we're dealing with here. Okay? And r here is the radius of the circle. I hope so far so good. Again, I repeat, the equation of a circle whose center is at the point AB, and assuming that xy, the point xy is on the circle, and r is the radius of the circle, then the equation of the circle is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equal r squared. If you don't know this, this is the time for you to remind yourself of high school algebra. Okay? Now, we're going to apply this equation to the question at hand. First, you need to realize that we are talking about a point TS here, not XY, but also we are told that the circle is centered at the origin. As you know, the origin has centered to 0 and 0. Okay, let me write down here, it's 0 and 0, that is the center. They may not give you that on the GMAT, so know that when we talk about the origin in the coordinate system, the origin has x coordinate 0 and y coordinate 0. So we'll say that for a circle centered at the origin, sorry about here, we need two t's, at the origin, we have the equation going to be x minus 0 squared plus y minus 0 squared equal r squared. Obviously, because 0, 0 is a center. Okay, and this boils down to x squared plus y squared equal r squared. Okay, so the equation of a circle centered at the origin is x squared plus y squared equal r squared. X and y are any point on the circle, you know, the x and y, x being the x coordinate, y being the y coordinate, and r is the radius of the circle. Now we can attack now the question. You're going to realize that it's going to be very easy once we know this. Okay, so number one, we are told that the circle has radius 3. Okay, r equal 3. So what does it mean? It means that because ts lie on the circle, we're going to have t squared plus s squared is equal to 3 squared. Okay, so what does it mean? That t squared plus s squared equal 9. Now remember the question. The question was, what is the value of the root of t squared plus s squared? We've just found it. As you know, it's easy. It's t squared plus s squared equal 3. Okay, 3, not 3 or negative 3. Once again, this is the square root of t squared plus s squared. We only take the positive root of 9, okay, which is 3. And that's it. So, as you can see, number 1 is sufficient. Okay? Now, if I write here, maybe I will write it somewhere here. A, B, C, D, E. We can eliminate, obviously, B as an answer, C as an answer, and E as an answer. So the answer could only be A or D, okay, because we're in data sufficiency on the GMAT, okay? Number 2, right on the left actually. Number 2, we are told that the point root 5, negative 2 lies on the circle. What does it mean? It means that this point satisfies the equation of the circle. Let me write it down. The point root 5 negative 2, because it lies on the circle, it must satisfy the equation of circle. Okay? Okay, in terms of this equation we have here, x squared plus y squared equal r squared. So we're going to have then t squared plus s squared again is equal to, actually, let me save time here and stuff because I'm going to run out of space. We're just going to say that t equal root of 5 and s equal negative 2. So by replacing t by root of 5 and s by negative 2, we're going to say that root 5 square plus negative 2 squared should be equal to r squared. Here we're not given r, but we are given at least a point on the circle. And this is going to lead to easily, you can do that yourself, r equal 3. Do the calculation yourself, you realize that r going to be equal to 3. What does it mean? It means that we can solve the question again. That is enough because remember, in 1, when we had the radius equal to 3, it was sufficient to solve the question. So here, number 2 is essentially number 1. We had to do some work, obviously, but we were able to find that r, the radius of the circle, is equal to 3, just like what we were given in number 1. So you should agree that number 2 is also sufficient to answer the question. Okay? So all you have to do is to refer back to number 1. Okay? Refer back to number 1. Write down. Refer to 1. So number 2 is also sufficient. Okay? Let me change color here. So number 1 is sufficient, number 2 is sufficient, so the answer should be D. Okay, easily D, because 1 sufficient and 2 sufficient. Okay, if you know data sufficiency, you should know that the correct answer D is a correct answer. Okay, this is the algebraic way of solving this data sufficiency question. In another video, you should look at that video, you should watch it. I do this question the geometric way. Okay, you're gonna see me draw a circle and solve it that way using the Pythagorean theorem. So I recommend that you watch that particular video and compare it to this one. Okay, so again, this is Dakarazu. Thank you for watching.